Well, we're seeing that year-to-date appreciation on the Aussie slowly dropping week by week. It's sitting at just above 7% at this stage of the game in terms of gains. What is your overall market view right now?
Thank you very much, Alishia, for having me. Yes, you're very correct. Tracking the performance of the market, since the beginning of the year, we can see a slight, a gradual decline. But I want to believe that right now we're getting to a position whereby confidence level is kind of being, it's relatively stable. Coupled with the news that hit the market yesterday as regards the consolidation exercise, especially of the bailout banks. And looking at the way the market traded yesterday, I want to believe we're going to see a kind of a steady rise, even back to where it was, probably, in the course of the beginning of the year. There's going to be a level of stability on the back of that news, and we're likely going to see improvement in the market performance going forward.
Looking at the banking sector specifically there, expectation seems to be mounting for the Nigerian banking landscape to change drastically over the next few days, where this week we've got MOUs being signed following major acquisitions by 3 local banks and then 2 private equity firms as well. Take us through the latest developments there, because this is news that the markets have been heavily anticipating.
Yesterday, yes, as we all know, the news came to the market about the MOU being signed. As I said earlier, it's actually a welcome development. It gives a clearer picture of where the market is going, and the fact that the bailout banks finally will get a suitor, and they will be back fully on their foot. As you've rightly said, it's having 2 private equity firms coming on board to take over some of these, 2 of these banks is equally a welcome development. At least it paints a picture that, okay, good, the confidence level in the market, is not only being looked at, the banks are not only being looked at by other banks, rather we have a private equity firm that probably, I would say, they have a different investment objective, time rising, and coming on board. I think it's a good thing for the market, and yes, we all, wait to see the outcome of this, but I want to believe it's a positive one.
Many saying that this could well raise the prospect of other private equity firms' interest in future M&A deals in the banking industry, as bankers anticipate more consolidation in that space. What's your outlook in that regard? Do you see this setting the tone moving forward?
Yeah, that's very correct. We all know that most of these private equity firms, currently they will have investment in some of these banks, and any opportunity for them to buy cheap, just like what we are seeing right now, of course, I want to believe they will take the advantage and, consolidate their position and, probably, if possible, take over the bank, run it, with a consortium of probably other banks that are not on the board, that we are not seeing. And yes, as you've rightly said, it's actually going to open door for all the private equity firms to come on board.
Oladele, it's really interesting, though, that it hasn't been made clear what any of the acquirers are paying per share of the acquired banks, and the total value of each of the deals is still being kept under close wraps. Why, and to what extent is that unnerving the market?
We all realize that, valuation, it's something that actually needs to be is taken seriously, and as much as possible, you don't want to hit the market with the news of how much they are paying, because definitely it's going to have effect on the prices on the board, which, of course, at the end of the day might not be good for the deal. So as much as possible, between the management of the banks that have been taken over and the investors that are buying into them, I want to believe they would have looked, do their due diligence look at the price and agree on the price at which the deal will be consummated. Yes, it will be in the best interest of the buyer and the seller to actually keep the price to themselves to a large extent. But I want to believe in the course of all these the processes, market will get to know how much they are paying, and the proper valuation of even the shares on the floor will be, at least can be adjusted to that, in line with the price the investor will be paying.
Oladele, outside of the banking industry, we had Nestle doing putting on a strong performance yesterday. It was up 5%, and of course that on the back of its results announcement. What's your view on a player like Nestle right now, having looked at those earnings, that earnings report yesterday?
Nestle result, of course, the first to be released, the full year result to be released, of course, very good one. And ever since it was released on last week, Friday, the stock has actually moved up, maximum 5% on Friday and yesterday. We're likely going to continue to see the run, at least probably in the next 1 or 2 days, and this will equally, have a positive effect on on the market generally. And the expectation is that other companies we are still expecting their result, that probably have December as their year end, will equally come, to the market, with a positive result. And by and large, we expect this to have a positive run on the market.